The scene size up out here. Anybody know what the scene size up is on this lawn? Bingo. And what's the other one? Not so close. They're bigger mammals. That was actually deer, exactly. So there's deer poop out here. They normally have it cleaned up by now. So, okay. So boom, I have a patient down, okay? So emergency move. So in an emergency move, if I need to move Z, I need to move my patient. What's the most effective way for me to move her as a single rescuer with a drag? With a drag, like I'm not gonna pick her up and carry her over the threshold. Okay, so armpits. Okay, so if I come in here, nope, never mind, right? I can't protect my back, right? Okay, so somebody said it. Jim, by feet, okay? So, couple of things to be aware of. Now, we're not gonna be dragging people around here. Okay, although if you needed to drag someone, what you would end up doing is come to the feet and you would lock in. And now, notice my position. So what do I protect? Okay, so I'm always locking my back out. So if I'm going to lock my back out, the rules are low, weight close to your center of gravity, and then eyes to the sky and brown to the ground. And then I can shuffle backwards. Okay, so I could do a drag. What's the bias to picking up from her back?
Dragging the head.
Okay, what method in basic first aid do we pick somebody up from their shoulders? Does anybody know? From what position? What position would the patient be in? So, they need to be seated, so she would need to either be at an office desk, slumped forward, or in a vehicle. And so now, if she's slumped forward, the beauty of it, go forward a little bit for me, boom. So she's forward, I come to the vehicle, I open up the door. As I open up the door, I now come in, I get her here, turn her sideways, bring the weight closest to me. Now I pick and I drag, and then I protect the head as I come to the ground. Okay, so from a seated position, chest to back. Make sense? Okay, boom, come on back up. Now, bear with us because this is a strange move. Aaron, you're gonna help me out here. So, Z is down, okay? Right, I'm gonna shift you here. So Z's down. So this isn't an emergency move. This is what we refer to as a 2-on-1 pickoff. And it may seem awkward at first because it is. Now, when you do it, the first thing we need to do is right our patient into a seated position. So we're not worried about spinal precautions here. We're not worried about her head. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and our outside hand is gonna grab the wrist and our inside hand is gonna come in and grab here. And we're gonna pick her up and put the arm in front of us. Put the arm behind you here. Put the arm in front of us. Now, the hand that's on the wrist goes under the armpit and hooks it. You're then going to grab your elbow pit. Everybody familiar with that technical part of the body? The elbow pit. Grab the elbow pit, and then you put a sleeper hold onto it. Now, in order for this to be effective, we have to get her weight as close to us as possible so now we can squat into the patient. Now we're gonna do a pickup straight up. If you're in charge of commands, you always speak in the negative. And so I'm gonna say, anyone not ready, and I want operational silence. If it's quiet, on the count of 3, standing height, 1, 2, 3. We do a pickup. Now we're gonna shuffle. Okay? And then we're gonna sit her down, 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then we're gonna place her back down, except we're gonna catch the head on the way down. Okay? Come on up, Z. Oh, we took her shoes right off. Right off. So I'm gonna show this as a single. You can just step out so everybody can see. So this is sit up. So this is confusing for folks. So we're here. The arm goes to our back. Okay? This arm fish hooks underneath, deep. And you have to get awkward. You have to put your crotch into the hip of the patient, and then you're gonna sleeper hold over top of it. If you are out here, you are going to break somebody's arm, okay? So while this isn't an emergency move, there are specific techniques that are extremely important to get correct when we need to be able to keep the patient from more injury than, we don't want to inflict injury. And yes, we may get a pain response from them when we're moving, okay? But ultimately, close to the patient, fish hooked under, sleeper hold over top, okay? And now when I pick up, I'm picking up like this. And I'm keeping my chest as close to her as possible. Any questions?
How do you protect your back now?
So, for instance, when I'm here, I can now lock my back. But if I come here, I can't lock my back. So that's why from a seated position on the ground, we're gonna hook them from their arms. Correct, 2-on-1, okay? So what we're gonna ask you to do is to work in groups of 3, work within your class. I was a wrestler. So you work within your weight class, okay? And if you're outside of your class, that's okay. We have other techniques that we can add in and we can show you. So work within your limitations. See how this starts? Do not move quickly with this. If you are a patient, you need to make sure that your arm can reach around their back, because if the arm is here, you're gonna break the arm, okay? Everyone clear? Okay, move slow. Before you pick up, make sure patient's arms around the back. All right, and go.